Stop what you're doing. We need to talk about a major political earthquake that just hit the headlines. Newly released emails are shedding a dark light on the relationship between Donald Trump and the notorious Jeffrey Epstein. According to these documents, Epstein didn't hold back, describing Trump as one of the worst people I knew, and more alarmingly, calling him dangerous. This isn't just gossip. This is coming from newly unearthed legal records. The details coming from these emails are chilling. While Trump has often tried to distance himself from Epstein in the past, these messages suggest a much more complex and perhaps more volatile dynamic. The source, as seen in this viral post by Baller Alert, shows that Epstein was frustrated and blunt about Trump's character. He allegedly claimed that Trump was someone to be feared, not because of his power, but because of his unpredictability. This leak comes at a critical time when Trump's past connections are once again under the microscope. The internet has absolutely exploded since this news broke. With over 20,000 likes and thousands of comments on this single post, the divide is clear. Supporters argue this is just a smear campaign or fake news designed to hurt his political future. On the other hand, critics are pointing out that if a criminal like Epstein found someone dangerous, it raises serious questions about that person's morality. It's a messy, complicated situation that has everyone talking. Is this the smoking gun that changes the narrative, or just another chapter in a long history of controversy? One thing is for sure, the ghost of Jeffrey Epstein continues to haunt American politics. We want to hear from you. Do you think these emails are credible, or is this just more political drama? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories the world is talking about. Stay tuned.
The Epstein Files 10-hour voiceover script fresh version. Some secrets are too dark to tell, some truths are hidden behind wealth, privilege, and silence. This is the story that shook the world. Behind luxury, private jets, and mansions, behind the smiles of the powerful, lies one of the darkest criminal networks in modern history. This is the story of Jeffrey Epstein. This is the story of the Epstein Files. Jeffrey Epstein was not just a financier. He was a man trusted by billionaires, politicians, and celebrities. He moved among the rich and powerful, attending elite events, opening doors to circles most people could only imagine. But behind his charm, behind his wealth, lurked secrets that few could comprehend. WHO was Jeffrey Epstein. Epstein was born in Brooklyn, New York, in 1953. From modest beginnings, he showed intelligence, charm, and ambition. By the 1970s, he taught physics and mathematics at a private school. Soon, finance beckoned. Epstein transitioned to Wall Street, learning the tools of wealth accumulation, networking, and social influence. By the 1980s, he had established his own financial management firm, serving only the ultra-wealthy. He cultivated relationships with billionaires, celebrities, and politicians. Many saw him as a genius, a mentor, a man of influence. But behind this public image, a darker story was unfolding. Epstein began building a network, a system of control, manipulation, and abuse. He traveled extensively, always accompanied by young women. These trips, these meetings, were carefully orchestrated. Survivors later revealed how each detail was planned to isolate, manipulate, and coerce victims. Little St. James, paradise turned prison. In 1998, Epstein purchased a private island in the U.S. Virgin Islands, Little St. James. From the air, it appeared to be paradise, lush gardens, pristine beaches, villas, and private docks. But inside, it was far from paradise. Employees reported strict security, constant monitoring, and restricted movement. What seemed like freedom was a prison. Teenagers were lured to the island with promises of money, modeling opportunities, or jobs. Once there, many were coerced, manipulated, and silenced. Epstein's system was calculated, not random crime, but a methodical network of abuse. Girls were recruited to recruit others. Silence was enforced through fear, threats, and manipulation. Every visit, every arrangement, every detail was planned for control. System of control: 3 hours 0 minutes and 0 seconds to 4 hours 0 minutes and 0 seconds. Epstein's operation was strategic, not chaotic. He built a network where victims were groomed and isolated. Recruited girls became recruiters themselves. Threats were used to enforce silence. Wealth and connections protected him. Experts later described it as a perfect storm of manipulation and exploitation. The power, the influence, the luxury, all served a purpose: control. 2005 Florida investigation. In 2005, a 14-year-old girl reported abuse to the Palm Beach Police Department. Investigators found multiple reports of similar crimes. Evidence revealed patterns of organized abuse, coercion, and exploitation. But in 2008, Epstein avoided serious federal prosecution. A non-prosecution agreement allowed him to plead guilty to minor charges. His sentence: 13 months in jail, with privileges, leaving 12 hours a day to work at his office. This deal shocked the public. How could someone with such reach, accused of exploiting dozens, face so little punishment? The Lolita Express and elite connections. Epstein's private jet, famously called the Lolita Express, traveled to New York, Florida, Paris, and Little St. James. Flight logs included politicians, celebrities, royalty, and tycoons. While presence does not prove guilt, it raised questions: who knew? Who turned away? Epstein's social network included fundraisers, elite parties, and scientific conferences. Photos and videos revealed his reach into the world of the powerful. Donald Trump and verified facts. Donald Trump and Epstein were socially acquainted in the 1990s and early 2000s. Flight logs show Trump traveled on Epstein's jet several times. No court has convicted Trump of Epstein-related crimes. The records demonstrate presence, not guilt. But they illustrate how wealth and influence intersect with secrecy and power. Media breakthrough: 8 hours 0 minutes and 0 seconds to 9 hours 0 minutes and 0 seconds. Investigative journalist Julie K. Brown spent years exposing suppressed evidence. Victims' voices were finally heard. Public outrage grew, forcing law enforcement to re-examine cases. Documents revealed protective agreements, ignored warnings, and systemic failure. 2019 arrest and charges. In July 2019, Epstein was arrested on federal sex trafficking charges. Prosecutors alleged organized exploitation of minors and silencing of recruiters. For the first time, justice seemed possible. Epstein's death and controversies. On August 10, 2019, Epstein was found dead in his cell. Authorities ruled suicide. Questions erupted. Cameras malfunctioned, cellmate absent, guards reportedly asleep. Many believe his death ended the man, but not the secrets. Speculations and conspiracy theories continue to circulate. The Epstein Files: 11 hours 0 minutes and 0 seconds to 13 hours 0 minutes and 0 seconds. Court documents, emails, flight logs, and financial records emerged. Patterns revealed. Legal protections shielded him. Wealth and connections enabled abuse. Silence was maintained for decades. The Epstein Files became a blueprint of abuse, secrecy, and systemic failure. Survivor stories and analysis. Survivors shared harrowing accounts. Young girls lured with promises of modeling or money, coerced into abuse, pressured to recruit others. Psychologists noted the strategic use of isolation, manipulation, and fear. Power, wealth, and connections provided protection. Silence was enforced through threats and intimidation. Political fallout and legacy. The release of the files created global scrutiny. Political figures were questioned. Journalists pressed for accountability. Survivors gained recognition. Epstein's case symbolized systemic failure, a warning about the abuse of power, secrecy, and the silencing of victims. Deep analysis and the Epstein Files reveal more than crimes. They reveal a system where wealth and influence protect the guilty. They reveal voices silenced for decades, seeking justice. Even after his death, mysteries remain. Who else participated? Who knew and turned a blind eye? What secrets remain hidden? Epstein is gone. But the story continues. The world demands answers. The victims demand recognition. The Epstein Files remain a stark testament. Power, secrecy, and silence can hide unimagined